Making $96,000 in your first 6 months of wholesaling real estate could possibly be one of the worst things that could happen to you as a business owner because you gain confidence in something you haven't really even earned yet. And I know this because I made $96,000 in my first 6 months of wholesaling real estate thinking that I knew what I was doing, and I ended up blowing it all and getting back down to zero and going broke. Because when you have confidence in something you haven't earned yet, that's dangerous. It's very dangerous because then you just throw more money at something that's already broken or maybe that's not repeatable. You keep spending like the results are going to keep coming and they don't. And that's exactly what happened to me. Here's the lesson before the story. The difference between investing money and burning money is a system. Not effort, not hustle, not even experience, a system. And we had none of that. We had momentum, some money from closed wholesale deals, and confidence we hadn't actually earned yet. That combination destroys a business every single time. And it destroyed my business when I first started really fast. Here's exactly what we did with the $96,000 that we made in our very first 6 months of wholesaling houses in our business. We hired 2 of our college friends as cold callers, and we paid them $15 an hour. And we trusted them. And they were hard workers. And our logic behind this was, if we can hire people that speak English as their first language, college-educated people, they will be able to do better on the phones than virtual assistants that we could have hired at $3 an hour. And that was our logic behind it. We thought it was quality over quantity at this point. And that's why we decided to pay that much money for cold callers. But I'll explain to you guys later why that didn't work out. I actually believed in this strategy so much that I asked my wife if one of them that was looking for a place to live could stay with us. Because we had an extra room in our house. It was a guest room. And I said, hey, babe, can we just let him live in our house? I thought it was going to be a great idea because we could work together and he would obviously be working for my business. So I knew the money would be coming in for rent. But she was not thrilled with this at all, and she did not want that to happen. But I begged, and she caved, and she let it happen. And to be honest, I love my wife, and she's the best, and I'm so grateful for her, for the support she's always given me. He ended up moving into our house in the spare bedroom, and I got him a mini fridge, and I set aside his extra bathroom. I said, hey, this is your bathroom. Don't use any of these towels. These are my towels. Just use the ones that I've given you, and use your mini fridge. Don't use our fridge because then it's going to get all confused and your stuff and my stuff. And he used my towels, and he ended up using my fridge anyway. And the leads still weren't converting, and we had them calling at least 4 hours a day, paying them $15 an hour, and the bank account was shrinking. Eventually, I had to let him go and fire him, which was kind of awkward because then I had to ask him to leave my house and find another place to stay. And that's another reason why you don't hire people and let them live at your house at the same time, because if it doesn't work out, then you got an awkward moment where you got to tell them to leave and move. That's a cost of hiring friends and not building the right systems. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, okay, $15 an hour for a couple months, that's not going to drain $96,000. Well, it wasn't just $96,000 that just went directly into marketing. We paid ourselves as well. But on top of all that, we were sending a ton of direct mail. We were sending direct mail with, you could say, the worst strategy ever. We were just blanketing the city. You know, obviously we were targeting tired landlords and whatnot, but it was not very targeted. And mail, you got to be very consistent and have a lot of money over a lot of time if you're going to do direct mail. I don't recommend direct mail now, but that's what we were doing. We were just spraying and praying. We also were spending a lot of money on flyering different neighborhoods with no oversight. We did not have a good system for tracking the people that were flyering, so there was really no way to trust if they did the flyers unless we verified. And unfortunately, what happened is we went to go verify one of our flyer guys that said he'd been flyering, and he had not been flyering for months of saying he did, and we were just paying him and wasting tons of money. And when we asked him to fess up and give us our money back, he wouldn't, and we never saw him again. So that was a terrible idea. We were just spraying and praying again, flying random neighborhoods, hoping it would work out, and just trying to get lucky. But terrible strategy. Every single one of these marketing channels was burning our money. Because paying for activity is not the same as building a system. Our college buddies that were cold calling 4 hours a day and producing nothing isn't a cold calling problem. It was a system problem. We didn't have the right system behind it in the process of calling the right leads, the follow-up, making sure they had the right scripts and the right training. We thought we were doing quality over quantity because we had Americans that were calling that were college educated and could speak English as their first language. But it doesn't matter how good you are at speaking English or if you're college educated. If you're calling the wrong list, that's just not going to cut it. We had activity and we were doing a lot of effort, and we thought we were going to continue to do deals because we were doing a ton of activity, but we didn't have the right systems behind it to make it work. The deal stopped, but the money kept going out. And one day we looked up and $96,000 that we had made wholesaling in 6 months was absolutely gone. We were broke again. And honestly, there was no dramatic moment. I wasn't fighting with my business partner, Corey, that I started this business with, because we both were at fault. We just thought if we kept spending, it would work out, but it didn't. Then one day we were at Baskin Robbins near the broker's office that we were working at. And me and my business partner, Corey, were just two guys eating ice cream, broke, and trying to figure out what we were going to do next. And as we sat across from each other eating ice cream, we decided to be honest with each other for the very first time in a while, because we had thought we were building a business that was going to be sustainable and that was going to take us to the top. We had made $96K without really understanding why it worked, and we had spent $96,000 without understanding what we were building, and now we had nothing. But giving up wasn't even on the radar. It wasn't an option for us. And sitting there, I understood something for the very first time in my business career. We had been running a bet, not a business. Every dollar spent was a bet that the cold calling would actually produce a deal. Every mailer sent was a bet that the right seller would call back. Every flyer was a bet a lead would turn into a deal. That's not a business. That's a casino and gambling. The investors that close deals month after month consistently, they're not luckier than you are or I was at that time. They just have a system built out where they can repeatedly do something and they know what the return is going to be. They just stopped running their business off of betting and gambling, and they created a repeatable system. So sitting at Baskin Robbins, that was the only question that mattered. What were we going to build that was actually going to be a system that could produce repeatable deals so we could close deals consistently? So what we did next, I don't recommend doing it exactly the way we did it. Only portions and parts, which I'll let you know what they are in this video. But the lesson is still there. We applied for 0% interest credit cards, and we got $30,000 in 0% interest credit cards. Capital One, American Express, and we put every dollar back into marketing, but this time into the right marketing. Now, the marketing that I did back then isn't exactly what I would do right now, like I was telling you, but it is to show you how having a better system can not only help you make more money, but also how you can keep more money. So this time, no college friends. We hired virtual assistants from the Philippines, two guys named Brian and Prince. We were paying them $3 an hour, and we did driving for dollars, and we did Google pay-per-click. Here's the difference between that attempt and the last one where we lost all our money. Here's the process. We had a service that took screenshots of our virtual assistants' screens during work hours so we could see exactly what they were doing. Daily check-ins on lead quality. We worked with them on their scripts so they could get better. There was a clear criteria for what a deal looked like before we made an offer on it. Or so we thought. It took about 30 days, and that's when leads started coming in. And that's when we got a deal from a tired landlord named AJ. He just had a rental, and he was done managing it, and we ended up doing a $12,000 wholesale fee on that one. And then we ended up doing another deal with a guy that owned a landscaping business. We didn't have buyers that were that strong at that time, so we ended up JVing with another wholesaler who brought the buyer, and we made $8,000 on that deal. The credit cards got paid off, and the business was back on track. And just as we thought everything was going smooth, we found out that Brian, the Filipino cold caller that we hired for $3 an hour, was sleeping on the job. Not only that, but when he would call people, he would connect with it, not say anything for 5 seconds, and then he'd hang up on people. Another thing that he was doing is he was playing video games all day while he was cold calling. We wouldn't have known any of this back in the day in our first round when we lost $96,000. We would just been like, oh, just keep it going. But because we had the processes and the systems in place where we could check the data, we could see, we could verify, we could immediately find out what was wrong and make moves, make the right decisions. We got those 2 deals despite Brian, not because of him, which meant the question wasn't just about the credit cards. It was about what the results would have looked like if everyone was actually doing the work that they were supposed to be doing. Now, this is what I actually want you to take from this. Most people who make early money in this business think the hardest part is finding deals, and it's not. The hard part is building something that finds deals consistently without depending on the cold callers showing up or the right buyers appearing at a meetup or the mailers hitting at the exact right time. So a lot of people think you just need to throw more money at the problem, more money at leads. You need to throw more money to get the motivated sellers, but that will put you in danger. I promise you. It got me losing out on $96K. I was just throwing money hoping that it would work out, but you have to have the right system behind the marketing spend. If you don't have a good sales process, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose out on the money. You're just going to spend, hoping good leads come in when you could be closing those deals. If you don't have a good process around the marketing and knowing if it's working, you're just going to spend, and you're going to blow it. That's what happened. I gained that confidence too early, and I thought, okay, it's just spend. I have the skill set to take all these leads and turn into deals, but I didn't have the skills yet, and I just thought spending more money towards the problem was going to solve the problem, but it didn't. You don't need more money. You need a better system. You need a better marketing system so you know what to stop, when it's not working and what to continue to keep doing when it is working. You need a better sales process, so when you're talking to sellers, you know which ones to convert and which ones are a waste of your time. You need a better process for finding buyers, okay? Because if you're just making lowball offers and hoping to find a buyer later, that's a bad process, because you're missing out on tons of deals. I know, because I lost out, even though I did $96,000 in my first 6 months, I lost out on making more on those deals, and I lost out on a lot of other deals that could have been deals. Now, I know that's a lot. I know it's a lot what I just told you guys, that having the right process and system behind this business, it's actually going to enable you to make more money. That's the truth, and it takes time to learn that, or aligning yourself with someone that knows that system, right? Because if you're like me and you just throw more money at the problem, at the motivated seller leads problem, like, oh, let me just buy more leads. I got to find more motivated seller leads. Most sellers don't come off motivated. They're not like, oh, I need to sell my house fast. Please take my house. No. You have to take them through the right sales process. You need to be able to have the right buyer's process, again, with pre-flipping, be able to find what a house is worth to a buyer before you even make the offer, right? If you don't have buyers before you make the final offer, you're missing out on deals. And that is not reverse wholesaling. I'm not saying go find a buyer and then go find him a deal that he wants. I'm talking about go find a seller and find the right buyer, right, with data for that specific deal on that specific street, and find out what he'll pay for that specific deal. That's what I'm talking about. It's completely different. Now, if you don't have that, all that set up, that's okay. But that's why we exist. That's why I exist, because I knew that you would make 96K and you're going to blow 96K like I did if you don't have the right system behind it. So if you're interested in learning the right system that will help you build the right business that's sustainable, I do a strategy call where I basically sit down with you and I say, hey, this is what we do. This is what you should be doing. And if you're interested in working with me in my apprenticeship, we'll see if you're the right fit. I don't work with everyone. I work with people one-on-one. But if that's something that you're interested in doing, I'd love to talk with you. And if you've been feeling like you're just throwing money at this problem of this business and hoping it would work out, I've been there. And I'm going to point you in the right direction. If you're interested in having a call with me, like I said, just click on the link below and we'll have a 30-minute chat. And if you like this video, I want you to watch the video on the next screen right here.